It's a goal!
Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. It's Joe here. I've got some awesome cards in the mail this week, and I also went to a toy show where I picked up a whole bundle of random things. So let me go quick as I can and I'll show you some stuff I got. So first up, I got some of the women's football team stickers. These are, I think it's Euro Canada 2015 actually. I think that's the World Cup, isn't it? This is Leah Walty. She plays for Arsenal. I saw her play the other week, which is really nice. Then we have Julie Ertz for USA. Then we have Jordan Nobbs for Arsenal and England. Lucy Bronze. And then finally a Jill Scott from the most recent Euro 2022 when she and the rest of the women won the Euros. So those were like, I think it was about £1 each, guys. Not even that, I don't think. With women's stickers and cards, there's not many on the market at the moment. I think it's mainly because the popularity has really kind of exploded in the last 2 years, which has been really good. I mean, obviously they've been around for a long time, but recently they've been starting to get more bigger crowds. I went to the Arsenal game against Reading a couple of weeks back, and it was amazing to see, more people than I thought would actually be there. It was really, really cool. Also included with this one, I bought this Lionel Messi from the most recent World Cup 2022. I mainly bought it because I think a couple of things. I think maybe if Argentina win, I think this sticker might become a bit more valuable because it'll be the winning World Cup sticker. Also, it's Messi. It's also going to hold value, and I will probably want to get some Messi World Cup stickers graded. I'm trying to so I can go get the whole lot really. Next up, I've got this Fran Kirby card, 95 out of 199. I'm trying to pick up a few of these as I can. They were released in the Best of England set by Panini. Fran Kirby has a few cards. She also has an autograph card and a few stickers. So she's pretty much covered when it comes to women's football. Same with this one here, Ellen White. This is 55 out of 99. These were all about £7 or £8, guys. I don't want to spend too much on them because I think the prices will drop in the next couple of months. Steph Houghton, that's out of 199. And then Alex Greenwood, out of 199. Yeah, pretty cool. I got some more of those coming in the post. I'm trying to get the Leah Williamson's one as well. They're quite expensive, and Lucy Bronze. They're really expensive. People are paying a lot of money for them. But this is like kind of like the first sort of product or second sort of product for these England players. There's only a few things out on the market. I think there's probably 3 or 4 red and white cards, and that's it. But I like collecting them. I'm gonna try and see if I can get the whole everybody in the set, which have number cards. I'm trying to get at least one number card of each person. So that's really cool. I'm quite happy to get those. Now, guys, I went to the Birmingham NEC Toy show yesterday, and it was really great. I left home at 5:30. I was actually sitting there with my dad. We sell vintage toys. I actually have another channel, guys, which is Tunnel Toys UK, where I basically show off all my vintage finds and vintage toy finds and what I sell and stuff. It's more of a hobby. I collect vintage toys. It's not like a business or anything like that, but it's just me basically reselling a lot of my collection. But anyway, there's always stickers and cards at these shows. You just got to look properly and dig basically. There's somebody selling a lot of like FKS albums from the late 70s. They wanted like £15 each for them. They were probably about right already, but I didn't really want to spend the money already. But I did find a few things. So the first lot I found, this lot was £6, and it's basically the Panini stickers from Smash Hits in '85. I love music and I love 80s music, so this for me was amazing. So yeah, I haven't actually gone through these yet. I just looked at the top view. So I think that's Divine. Then we have what I think is, I want to say, Jimmy Somerville's band Bronski Beat was called. Is that right? Yeah, Bronski Beat. Is that Marillion? I don't know who this chap is. It's Aztec Camera. Then we have Julian Lennon. Is that the guy from Haircut 100? Yeah, Nick Hayward. Then we have a Duran Duran. Is it Sade? Then We have Simon Le Bon, George Michael and Andrew Ridgely. Is that Kim Wilde? I don't know who that chap is. Roger Taylor, from Duran Duran, I think. Then we have Bronski Beat again. The other Taylor guy, I think, from Duran Duran. No, Nick Rhodes, sorry. Elton John. Is that Nick? It was Howard Jones. I get confused with all these names. David Sylvanian. Oh, he's from Japan, not the country. Then you've got George and Andrew Ridley again. Andrew Ridley again on his own. Is that Frankie Goes to Hollywood? Another Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Frankie Goes to Hollywood in '85 was massive. So this is their big year, when it's they appear in everything. There he is, a lead singer, Holly something. There's the guy from Duran Duran. There's Holly again. Simon Le Bon. Le Bon. Sade, is it? Bronski Beat. Marillion. The Police. That's quite cool. Ozzy Osbourne. That's really cool. Ozzy Osbourne, born 1948. And then we got, is that Michael Jackson? It is, and it's quite a nice sticker actually. Stickers are always hard to find in nice condition, guys. Really hard to find. So that was quite nice. I'm going to put it on the side. I'm going to put some of these in top loaders, I think. I've heard recently, guys, that if you put cards in semi-rigids, they can potentially dent the sticker. So I don't know if that's true or not. Who's this chap? Mikey Craig. Oh, he's from Culture Club. Shout out, I've got Springsteen. Born in the USA era. Headband on. Bit naff in my opinion. I love Bruce Springsteen, big fan. Seen him live, he's great. But I think this is like the naff period, isn't it, of Springsteen? He looked quite cool, I suppose, in some ways, but at the same time I think like, don't get involved in that rubbish. Morrissey with, is it Michelangelo's David, maybe? That's the guy who always plays Glastonbury. I don't want to change the world guy. What's his name? The Labour guy. Billy Bragg, that's the one. I'm not sure who that chap is. Johnny Keeble. Don't know who he is. Mr. Paul Weller. I love Paul Weller. So that's going to go in my little collection. That is that Simple Minds? It is. I saw Simple Minds live, guys, back in like 2007 or 8 or something, and they were absolutely shocking. The band were pretty tight, but that lead singer was terrible. You can hardly hear what he was singing. It was at a festival as well. People were booing him. That's The Edge. That's U2 then. Yeah, U2. Got another Paul Weller sticker with the guy from this is basically Style Council period, after he left the Jam. You have another Morrissey. Queen, that's cool. So this was in '85. So Queen did the last gigs at Nebworth in '86, and they kind of took a bit of a break from live, and yeah, they never played live again, which is sad. I think that's Bono. Morrissey again. Queen again. I don't know. Is that the guy from yeah. I think that's the guy from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. The Police. Queen again. And another Bono. So guys, that's pretty cool. Those stickers are really, really cool. To get them in high quality, I think it's quite tricky. I don't think it's that simple. Let's put Weller there. I'll put Weller there for the ladies. U2. Weller again. I'm a big Jam fan, you see. So there's Morrissey. Well, should I put? I'm going to put Bruce Springsteen. I'm going to put Michael Jackson. I don't care what he's like now. Obviously he's dead, but when he was like that, he was good. So guys, those are really, really cool. So happy to get those. £6 I paid for all those lot, which I think is a steal, because you can get these on eBay for about £4 or £5 each. Some of them, the Michael Jackson one, I think people were asking like 20, same as the Queen one. I also bought a packet of Rocky sticker cards. I see these everywhere I go at toy shows. Everybody has them for sale. This one was £1, which I think is quite cool, because most of the time people are asking £5 or £6. So I thought, let's open it up on the channel. Now, if you're a bit like me and you think, oh, don't open up sealed wax and stuff, is scandalous. There's, honestly guys, there's potentially hundreds of thousands of these on the market. And look at that, guys, like a dirty, that's got the card in there already. So this is where the gum would have been, I imagine. So there's the gum there. Do not eat it, because even though it's absolutely fine, what gum is, if you don't really know, is obviously just, it's plastic, it's rubber. So when you eat after that many years, it tastes really burnt. So I'm going to look at the top card. The top card, guys, yeah, it's damaged. This is where the gums happened. So if you pick up, say, vintage, say, baseball, and you see these packs from like 1954, 56 sort of thing, and people are paying like 50,000 for a pack, and they're opening them up, they will most likely have this stain, unfortunately, because it just ruins it. So this one here is Clash of the Superpowers, Rocky versus Drago. Shame that that's the one that's stained. That's pretty cool one there, aided by science. I do think that there might be some potential value in grading cards from TV shows and films. Obviously Star Wars, there's big money, and all the modern stuff which comes with, like, you know, prisms and chromes and autographs, yeah, they got their prices, I think. But generally speaking, most 99% of all cards from TV shows are very cheap. Like, they can't even give them away. When I was at the show yesterday, the toy show, there was like Buffy the Vampire Slayer ones, there was Lord of the Rings ones. People just couldn't get rid of them because they just, nobody really wants them. They're not much demand for them. But I do think a few things like Star Wars, definitely, but even things like Indiana Jones, Rocky, a few films that are kind of like big classic films, I think people might start to like them. There's Rocky in preparation within the snow training. I must admit, guys, the cards actually are quite nice. So on the back, you see the Rocky and Drago. It's kind of a bit like an old school boxing poster, which is really cool. And there he is there. And they got Rocky. 2 raging giants. I think you get some stickers in this or something. Oh, there you go, there you go. Doesn't he look good? What a pretty boy. And got in here, you can go next to. And there's so many cards in this pack. I can't believe it. I can't believe there's that many. There's more. I mean, there must have been. Nowadays, you get like in some sticker packs, for example, like Panini stickers, you get like 5 stickers if you're lucky. So that was that for that little lot. I might start buying a few more of those. I see if I can find things like Goonies ones or Indiana Jones. I love that sort of stuff. And it's great because it's so cheap that most of these cards are like practically as they came out of the factory. Yes, they're off cut and you might have a little bit of a problem, but generally speaking, they're okay. And the chap that I always go speak to, a nice guy, he always has like football stuff, and I'm always asking for football cards. And I wish he bought more because he looks like he's got loads at home, supposedly. But I saw like stacks of these like this on his table, and I was like, ooh, maybe football cards. But most of them were actually Winston Churchill cards. Now there's a collection of those which are quite nice, and I always wanted to get them, but he wanted £40 for the lot. So I said to him, how much do you just want with the football cards? And he's like a £5. I thought, that's not bad. So I thought, he said to me, you know, put them out and you can have all the football cards for £5. Then I noticed there was actually James Bond cards in there, and he said to me, James Bond cards are worth a bit more. I'll do 25 for all the football and all the James Bond. So I said yes. So this is what you're going to see. And the great funny thing about this, guys, is I'll show you what, it nearly gave me a heart attack when I saw it. So we've got things like this cool Jimmy Greaves, his Tottenham outfit. This is from Football 72. I actually really like this little design. I actually might start trying to see if I can track a few of these down. But I saw this and it kind of instantly I knew what it was. This is a checklist. It's very boring. Nothing, you know, it's not worth much at all. But it's a checklist for the A and B C. I believe it's 1966 football set. That one contains the George Best card that I own. Now, if you notice, there's 2 cards that they're stuck together. You've got to tear them apart, basically, and I'll show you as we go through. I've glanced at this. I haven't double checked it yet, but there is a Jimmy. How do I keep saying Jimmy Greaves? I want a Jimmy Greaves. There's a George Best card. People are asking about £1,600 for one. I've got one in my collection so far, which has been ripped off, but I haven't got one which is together with the other player. So if I do come across it, I probably will be sending it straight up to get graded, and I'll probably keep it in my collection for now. But what a miracle would be. It's Alan Kirkman. I don't think he's in there, guys. I quickly looked for him, but we have a look. It's another a leg. If you know who that leg is, please leave a comment. We desperately need to work out who that leg is. We need to give it back to them. So yeah, here we go, guys. This is the type of thing that happens. So people rip them here, and they get this really badly quality side. My George Best, I paid like £25 for it, and it's in pretty poor condition, but the rest of it's quite nice. There is a Ian St. John. Don't know who that chap is. Ron Davies. We have a Bill Aspie. They're quite small, guys, aren't they, these little cards? And then some football 72. Lyndon Hughes. Tony Curry. Ron Springett. There's a head of somebody. Is that like Mike England or something? I might explain who the knee is. Picture of the crowd. I mean, that's pretty poor as a card, isn't it, really? If you got pulled that, you'd be really upset. And then we have a John Winfield. They're at the top of an Arsenal team. There's Bob, the goalkeeper. Actually, there we go. We've got their bottom halves as well, so we can try and do some surgery. Unfortunately, I think it gives like that. Yeah. Focus. Yeah. Anyway, another amazing photograph for the with that. So if you're into like collecting, would you get that graded? I want to see what I can get that graded, because it's such a beautiful picture, isn't it, of just a piece of grey something. Somebody get a punch in the face. Old school 70s way of playing football. Then we have a Tony Book, captain of City side. Book made his league debut with Plymouth at 28. Then we've got the guy from the Man from Uncle, I can never pronounce, Kirkin, whatever his name is. That is not his actual signature, guys. Don't think it is, because they all came with like signatures back in the 60s. And then we've got some cards from players still together. That is Keith Newton and Reg Matthews. Ooh, then we got a Nobby Styles, England legend. Quite a good picture of him. Brian LeBone and Albert Bennett. Then here it goes, one of the Churchill pictures. So that looks like, to me, is that Neville Chamberlain and Churchill? Oh, sorry, it's Anthony Eden. I think he became Prime Minister afterwards, I think. Or maybe in between. Oh, cool. This is quite a nice one, actually. This is Dennis Law, Manchester United. Bit of an underrated player, I think, in the collecting market. I think people need to be a bit more focused on him, because I think his cards might suddenly shut up soon when people realise how good he is. Yeah, that's a cool one, because he's obviously all together, so that would be going into my collection. I saw this one and I just grabbed it. I can't remember who it was who bought it, but I think that's Winston Churchill meeting Stanley Matthews with the England team. Yeah, so Stanley Matthews, members of the English team versus Scotland, 1941, just before America entered the war. And then we have some James Bond cards. I also find James Bond cards quite boring. Like the backs are really cool with Thunderball like that and the gun at the bottom. But I want to see more stuff like this, action shots with Sean Connery and the villains and stuff. A lot of it's just pictures of boats, divers. Obviously, if you've seen the film Thunderball, you know it's heavily divers. That's a cool one of Sean Connery. It's a very cool one of the Aston Martin. I think it appears in Goldfinger first, then it appears in Thunderball. And is it GoldenEye next appearance of that car? There's the Bond Babe. Is that Felix Leiter? It is, yeah. He changes throughout the series, doesn't he? The actor who plays him. Bond about to jump into the sea. Bond fighting again. A load of sea divers. Felix Leiter, but heavily destroyed card. Here's the thing, guys. If you are going to pick up cards from dealers and stuff, obviously look at condition, because I would not have paid anything for that card, for example. I'm only buying these cards because I kind of want them as a reference, really. And I'll just probably put them in my collection for now and keep them for now. And then if I can upgrade them, I will, and I'll sell the duplicates. It's a very cool Sean Connery one there with his Wolver PPK and his silencer. Underwater, I mean, quite a cool picture, but it's kind of like really hard to print that picture on card. There is the Aston Martin. There's the interior of the Martin. Bond on the yacht. Some more divers. Cool looking Bond girl on her car. I can't remember what her name is. Her name is Fast Agent. Bond, is it Largo, his name? I think that's his name. The divers and a shark. Cool looking Bond in his wetsuit. So my camera's not focusing in today. Just does not like it, does it? Then you've got some legs of some football players. Another checklist. We've got Jeff Blockley. Bond looking quite cool in his secret agent outfit. The bad guy. Bond and Q. Looking at some gadgets. Interior of the Aston Martin and his brief attaché case sort of gun thing. More, that's the plane on the water. One of my favourite things ever as a kid, the spikes that come out of the Bond car. I always thought it was really cool. Yeah, Bond with M and whoever was in charge at the time. Oh, using the jetpack, that's pretty cool. Underwater, jetpack. Bad guy, jetpack. Underwater. And there's the bad guy again twice. And then last but not least, when it comes to the Bond cards, we've got, I think, the jetpack taken off or something. It's been a long time since I've seen Thunderball, actually. I didn't used to like it when I was younger, but I watched it recently. Well, I say recently, 2 years ago, and it was quite alright. But I need to watch it again, really. Then we got some more of these football ones. Then we have Tony Waiters, goalkeepers there. Then we have Laurie Seville. And finally, last but not least, we have a John Flynn and a, if I can focus it in, Charlie Cook. Sorry if it was a bit out of focus, guys. It's one of those things where it was, for some reason my camera's just playing up. Anyway, guys, what's your favourite card of the lot? I think I'm really happy with that Dennis Law card. I'm so glad that was in there. I paid, as I said, £25 for that. I can probably make my money back on those Bond cards. I sell it as a lot. The football cards that are left over, I'm going to try and keep some of them for my collection. The rest are going to be potentially sold or just put into a job lot. I love that Rocky picture of Drago. That might go off the grading because it just looks cool. It's a cool sticker. And I really do like the Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen and Everett stickers. And obviously the women's team was awesome. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. And as always, stay safe.